Hi, I'm John Bon Hobie. I am your American Guru. The message of today's video is to finally, this is the meat and potatoes video of the series. There have been some leading up to this, but today I would like to bring you the actual practice of Kriya Yoga as known to certain ascended masters that we could name, but we don't need to. I may at some point refer to them in today's video. But walking down the hallway last evening, I noticed and reminded myself that Mother Mary is here to bless us. This is a life mask from La Pietà in St. Peter's Basilica in Vatican City in Italy, in Rome. And I think we're just going to ask for her blessing today. And being the mother of Jesus Christ, she has an interest in this. Jesus actually studied Kriya Yoga while he was in India. And if you need a reference for that, you can go to Elizabeth Clare Prophet's book, The Lost 17 Years. It's not taught to us. I mean, I was born Christian, Protestant, confirmed in the Dutch Protestant church in Upper Saddle River, New Jersey, as a kid, and it's all good, and the philosophy is all good. But one thing we never learned was, how did Christ achieve so much in a lifetime? And a lot of it has to do with what he learned in India. And so I'm going to share part of that with you today. Amen. I'll see you in the library. Thank you. Bye. As I stand here reflecting on what we're going to try to include in this video, which will present the actual practice of Kriya Yoga, I am reminded that it was actually Lahiri Mahasaya who came to me fairly recently, within probably a couple of years ago, and woke me from a deep sleep at 4 o'clock in the morning. And basically, I didn't even know who he was. He just kept saying his name. And looking him up on the internet, my fiance did that for me. And we got to the bottom line, and basically Lahiri Mahasaya's entire life was teaching and practicing Kriya Yoga. And at the very end of the biography, he makes the very bold statement, the answer to everything is Kriya Yoga. It's a pretty bold statement, but having practiced it myself since I was 19 years old, I have to say that my life would be very, very different and much less rich if I had not learned it. So I have to agree with Lahiri Mahasaya, and I just want to acknowledge him here and now. So in looking at this opportunity, I was wondering, what thread of thought will we hang this particular video on? And I was looking out across my porch to a blessing box that was put in at the church across the street. And one of the reasons I love that blessing box is people pull up. If they have something to give, they put it in the blessing box. And then somebody whose family is hungry comes by and takes it out. And there's no paperwork, and it's extremely efficient, and there's no bureaucracy. And when I bumped in, I was over there putting some chunky soup in there one day, and I bumped into the minister, and I said how much I love the lack of bureaucracy involved here. It's so efficient. And he said, yes, it's about as direct as you can get. He said, we fill and empty this once every 24 hours. So there is a need for it, and it serves a purpose. And it occurs to me that Kriya Yoga is the blessing box of spiritual development in that it is so efficient, there is no bureaucracy involved. There isn't even a master to worship. The culture of India is built on gurus showing people how they can sit, practice sacred breathing, come in direct contact with God, and enhance their lives from there. And they've been doing it for thousands of years. And it's amazing how few people in America are aware of it, and I understand why. There's a language barrier. There are many, many cultural barriers, but I'm here to help break through those barriers. So I look forward to getting right into it with you. And the only thing I can't do on a video is share with you a preparatory technique which is called pranayamic breathing. Pranayamic breathing is an extremely emotionally and psychologically healing process, and it was also known as conscious breathing, circular breathing, rebirthing. There was a whole movement in Philadelphia around it. It's very, very powerful, but I need to coach you through that literally in person. So I wish I could give you that on a video, but I can't. But I can give you in the, let's hope that there are enough people who don't need to heal themselves of trauma, who are ready to just move right into Kriya Yoga. I've had a few. Had a guy sit here in my chair, in this bishop's chair, within the past 6 months. And he said, would you give me Kriya Yoga? Because he knew I was into it. And I gave it to him, and literally within days, he was getting back to me and saying how wonderful his energy was and how synchronicity was following him. And so, in other words, some people are just ready for it now. But if you need to have more preparation, contact me. We'll work it out. We'll figure it out. I'll probably know just by talking to you whether it's what we ought to do now in preparation. So I will now sit in the chair. I'm going to take a few Kriya breaths and try to describe to you. I can't talk and do Kriya breaths at the same time, so I'm going to probably take a few breaths and then describe to you what I have going on. It's a little bit like juggling. It's a little bit like patting your head and rubbing your belly at the same time. There are several techniques that you have to keep in mind simultaneously, but once you get it down, it's worth it, believe me. So, okay, great. So one of the things, since I can't really talk while I'm doing Kriya Yoga proper, while I'm actually taking the breaths, I'll give you a little preview, and then I will demonstrate what it looks like. And then afterward, I'll review what I just did. And hopefully, from a video, you can learn a sacred breathing technique that will enhance your life. I don't know how else to say it. And that's probably the understatement of the year. Okay, so one of the things, you can categorize Kriya Yoga as a Kundalini Yoga. You are drawing energy up from the bottom of your spine, up your back, across the back of your neck, across the top of your head to your third eye. I call the back of your eyelids, for most people, not everyone, believe it or not, but most people see light and patterns of light and intensities of light on the back of their eyelids. And you will actually see different phenomena from this type of breathing occur on the back of your eyelids. So it's your flat screen monitor of your energy that you're drawing up. Sometimes after a really, really good Kriya breath, it's like the 4th of July in there. I just literally see the light of 1,000 suns. It's a beautiful thing. So, you're drawing the energy up on the inhale. And the trick here is to activate your pineal. When you have a triad going between your heart and your brain and your pineal, you are experiencing divine intuition. And it's a great state of mind. It's a great place to operate from. And so the pineal is the one, I mean, you know your brain's working, you know your heart's working. Let's activate our pineals by creating, with the inhale, a flow of cold air across your palate. The back of, you'll feel it on your tongue and you'll feel it on the back of your palate. So watch this. Simultaneously, you're drawing the energy up your spine. You may see more light here. Eventually, you will definitely see more light there as you become more adept. You are saying in your mind, ah, as you inhale. So here it is. You're actually hearing ah at the same time. You're hearing ah. So it brings your attention to exactly the right place to be saying mentally ah and to be inhaling cold air across your palate. And your palate, and you can breathe in through your nose and in through your mouth at the same time, because both of those will have a cooling effect and bring more circulation to the area around your pineal gland, which is, it's in your brain, but it's also very, very close to your nasal passages. So, so here's ah. Sometimes you'll see a lot of light as you draw the energy up your spine, as you draw the Kundalini energy up your spine. And if you're comfortable holding it, as I am right now, I'm holding it. As long as it's comfortable. And then you send it back down with the long E sound in your mind and the E sound in your throat. So it's like this. Oh, God. So the warmth of your exhale is the opposite. You're creating polarity here. It sends the energy back down your spine. You feel very peaceful. There will be a point in your practice of Kriya Yoga where you experience the peace that passeth all understanding. So I wish this for everyone on the planet, and I know it's going to be hundreds of years before we all do it, but this is the beginning of the 7th golden age. So it's inevitable. It's just a question when you want to get on the train. We are at the beginning of the 7th golden age, and that's 10,000 years. So it's not as if we don't have time as a planet to evolve. But the directive from the ascended masters is, one by one, to achieve enlightenment in order to achieve enlightenment for the planet. So no matter how long it takes, I would say it's more advantageous. Somebody has said that delay is tragic. Delay may be tragic. I mean, I would rather see the urgency around spiritual development than anything else. So anyway, I'll just do one more breath. And you can get a sense of it, I think, on camera here. The elements are saying ah, feeling the cold on your palate, seeing the light on the back of your eyelids, drawing the energy up the spine, across the top of the head to the third eye, seeing the light, holding it as long as is comfortable for you. And then on the exhale, you're going to do long E sound, and you're going to say it mentally, and you're going to hear it as you exhale. You're going to go like this. And the warmth is the opposite of, it sends the energy back down the spine. And it's very, very peaceful and very, very relaxing. And there's no limit to what you can do with this. As a rule of thumb, when you're starting out, if you could do 20 Kriya breaths a day, and if you're really bold, you can do it 20 breaths a day, 3 times a day. If it agrees with you and you enjoy it as much as I did from the time I was 19 years old. So I'm trying to give back. Someone gave it to me at a ridiculously young age. I've given it to my children. I give it to anybody who asks, frankly, because I think it's truly what God wants. It's what the Ascended Masters want. It's what Holy Brother Jesus wants. It's what Holy Brother Saint Germain wants. It's what Nada wants. It's what Metatron wants. So, God bless you. And if there's any questions, please contact me.